Good morning, good evening, wherever you are on Facebook. This is Stephen in Wiltshire, England, and Tina in Tennessee. Hello, Tina.
Hi, Stephen. How are you today?
I'm good. We've been talking about lots of things before we actually went live, but today we'd like to say hello to everybody who's watching on our own Be Live in 5 page, and we know that we're live. Thank you, Marky, for the like. If you want to join us on camera, I'm just about to put the link in there, and you can join us. So whilst we're doing that, just join us on the Be Live in 5 page if you could. But if you're watching in Be Livers, if you're watching in LVS 17, if you're on my personal profile, then just join in and enjoy the show. Today's show, we are doing today, because it's Tuesday today, isn't it?
Yes.
Just checking. It's Tuesday today. This is Be Live in 5 talk show, because we've got 2 shows a week, and this is obviously Tuesday and Be Live in 5 talk show. And so to everybody who's watching, I'd like to say welcome to the show. And if you want to join us on camera, then please do. I'm just going to put a link in there. And can we sort of talk a bit about this, because we're quite excited about this.
Yes, we are. It's coming up quickly. It seems like, it seems like we started talking about this months ago, and it's just the time has flown by. So when we first started talking about what we could do for the Be Live birthday, so they're about to celebrate 1 year on October 16th. It was at least a couple of months ago when we first started talking about it. And it's like, oh, we have plenty of time to plan and to talk to people. And then now here it is, October. So the time has just flown by. But there's lots of exciting chatter about the upcoming birthday bash for Belivetv. Some interesting ideas for how to celebrate that. And I think, what are we allowed to say at this point?
That's a good point. Do we have total freedom?
Yeah, I mean, we have some idea of what's going to happen, but nothing's really written in stone yet. We know that we'll be celebrating pretty much all day. A variety of people, everyone from, the Be Live founders and moderators to, to the users who are currently have an opportunity. If you go to the Be Livers group, you can actually propose a show idea, and it's not really a show; it's a 10-minute segment on a variety of topics. And so, if you're interested in getting yourself out there, if you're new to Be Live, this would really be a good opportunity for the people who are new to Be Live to try to kind of get themselves known in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just posting the link to We Want You, which is a very striking poster.
Yeah, it's a great image they selected. I don't know who on the graphics team is responsible for that, but it really grabs your attention when you're scrolling through. So that's a really good image. But yeah, so check the comments, because Stephen is posting the link to that. You have to join the Be Livers group, or is it actually on the Belivetv page as well?
I think it's also on the Belivetv page. So
I think it is too.
Yeah.
So we might need to find the link on the Belivetv page, because that's public. And if you're not part of the group, you can't get in to see the other one.
Yeah. The shows that you do run for 10 minutes on a topic, and there are 5 topics you can pick, or you can suggest your own. You've got to supply a link to your Facebook page so that they can have a look at the videos that you've done so far. But apart from that, there are no rules. And they are, at the moment, I know, looking at the shows and deciding who's going to be on camera on Be Live's birthday on the 16th of October.
And those will be going to the not to the Be Livers group, but to the actual Belivetv Facebook page, which has a very large audience. So it really is a good opportunity for people to, like I said, to get themselves known not only in the community, but just in general. Because how many likes are on the Belivetv page? I'll go take a look. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, if you take a look, I shall welcome Jeff Adams Hello, Jeff. Good to see you. Looking forward to your new show on Belivetv when you announce it, and we will promote it, obviously.
So the Belivetv Facebook page has 11,000 likes and 12,000 followers. So a good sized audience for someone who's just getting their feet wet. So we really encourage everyone who's part of the Belivetv community to go take a look and submit your proposal.
Totally, because it is a chance to star on the Belivetv page and show people what you know and your passions, to share them with people live in front of camera. And we're looking forward to that day. Moderators are on as a group during the course of the day. We don't know when yet, but we're looking forward to that. And that's myself and Tina and April and well, a cast of thousands, really. No, it's all. And we say hello to Robert. The show's begun now. Mr. Stern is with us. So just a reminder, the Belivetv birthday is on Monday the 16th of October. It possibly starts early, or not too early, around about 10 a.m. Eastern. It runs all day. So look out for that. Right, okay.
Yeah, so
we can reveal. We can reveal. This is top secret, but we can talk about it because Jeff has just said, I will be a producer for a 12-hour run on the birthday and miking in between the broadcasts. Wonderful. That's fantastic news.
You can always join us on camera. We always join you on camera, but you haven't joined us yet, so we're still waiting.
Yeah, join us talk about it, Jeff. That would be brilliant. Okay, and Katie, we wish your submission that you made to Belive is successful, and that you do appear on Belive.tv on Monday the 16th of October.
I'm hoping that they have the time, and I know that time is fleeting. It's going by very quickly, but I hope that they have the time to put together a schedule for us so that we know who's coming on when.
Well, we know who the producer is now. So if we want to know anything at all, once this it's been worked out, then we just talk to Jeff. Jeff, if you're listening, Jeff, we'd like to be on at 10 a.m. Eastern. Not that we want any favors or anything, but no. Okay, that's the only thing we're going to say. All right. Okay. Is Jeff? You more than welcome on any show, Tuesdays and Thursdays this time every week, and it'd be great to have you on camera. So Jeff saying, I will soon, exclamation mark, in office setting now, waiting for an appointment. Okay, have a great day, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for popping in.
Indeed.
At least watching. I know it's hard to, I don't know, something else, not to take us off topic of the
no, okay.
Of the birthday bash, but we had an app update from Belivetv. And so I'm wondering if anyone has had any struggles or if everything's working better for you now that they've done the update. Let us know if you've seen the update, if you've updated yet, how it's working for you. Is it better? Have you had issues? We had a minor issue yesterday. I'm not sure that it had anything to do with an app because this was someone who was brand new to Belive. So it could have been user error as well. So I won't lay the blame on the app update, but it put us in a little bit of a tizzy because we had a scheduled show and we just made it like with 1 minute to spare.
which is a close run thing. It'd be good if you could actually do something about that, but it's just don't panic is the advice. But it is nerve-wracking. And the unit's asking, when did the update came out? And it came out 2 days ago. So you should have been updated automatically. If you check the date on the app, or just go to the About thing on the app, either on iOS or Android, then it should tell you that it's been updated. People have been saying that it's updated automatically. It depends how you set your phone up.
Yeah.
But you will know. There's one way you will know for definitely whether you've updated your app or not. Because any previous version of the app doesn't work. So it's a definite cutoff. It's an upgrade, and you have to be on the latest version, otherwise you can't get into the show. So if you have guests who've got the app and can't get into the show, they need to upgrade.
Yeah, and it'll ask them to. That's what we had yesterday. We had a guest who we tested a couple of days before just to make sure that her, her audio and video and everything was good. And it was her first time using, but she was able to get in and we did the test run. And then yesterday when it was time for us to actually do the show, it asked her to update. And then when she updated, she couldn't get in. She finally figured it out and was able to get in, but I'm not sure what the issue was because she wasn't here. I wasn't in front of me, so I don't know what she was doing. But she got it worked out and got in, and the show went really well after that. So
it's good when things work out. And the question from Judith is, this is a mobile update. Yes, it's a mobile update. The system you're using in your Chrome browser is always up to date. It always loads the latest version. And I know that from experience, so it's always loading the latest version of Belivetv. And that's all I'm saying. But just a point here, there is, I don't know whether you saw the Joel Comm show last night, which was on at 1 p.m. yesterday at 1 p.m. Eastern. But he did say that there are big updates coming out next Monday. So there are updates coming, and the best thing to do is to register for the Joel Comm show, the Belivetv weekly show, with Joel Comm, and you'll get to know what the updates are. Now, we could know, but we couldn't possibly tell you because that would create untold problems. So what we're suggesting is that you actually join in to Joel's show next Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern and find out what's happening on Belivetv. So that's the 9th of October for all the updates. And we say good evening to Nazim, who's in Italy. Hello, Nazim, and thank you for joining us. And we go back to my friend, John Upton. And we're just talking about the app again on the mobile. I tested it last night on an Android tablet, worked very well. Stable new slider to zoom you in and out. Yes, it's very swish because you can pinch it and zoom in and out. And clever stuff. So worth a look-see, definitely. So to everybody who's watching us, we say welcome to the show. And if you are enjoying the show, if you could share it, we'd be delighted. Make our day, really. Help make our day. Right, now, if you are watching us, then you've probably seen us on 2 shows a week for quite some time now and wondering why we're here. Well, this is Belivetv in 5, and we sort of got together back in May when I had a eureka moment and Tina and I had a chat. And it's only, 3 months ago? Counting back? 3 months ago that we decided, 3 or 4 months ago that we decided to go with Belivetv in 5.
I don't know. We have to go look. We need to figure that out so we'll know when our birthday is.
Let's go. We published the Udemy course on the 1st of June. Yeah. So I'm going off that. So okay. Belivetv in 5's own birthday is the 1st of June because that's when we went public on Udemy with a course. And that course now has, I'm just going to go to the graphics here, and this is Potluck. Just let me go through till I get to the right picture. There we are. I'm going to take that full screen. This is the Belivetv in 5 course on Udemy, and we're proud today to say that we have 2,418 students who are taking the course. And in addition to that, we are, that's me, sorry about that, I'll go the other way. Oh, this is working. When you search for, this is working well, just a minute, bear with us a second, this is technical difficulty. Okay, I'll go with, I've missed a photo. We are the top selling course, or top free course on Udemy, and we've had 153 reviews of the show by our peers, and 153 of those people have come up and they like the course, and that means that we have the top course on Facebook Live, and it's just been a blast. I mean, we just didn't know what was going to happen, but the comments that people are making.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we haven't, like, the first couple of reviews that we received were people that we knew from the Belivetv community, and that was great. We haven't like solicited any feedback really beyond what, when you create the course, you always say, please review the course. But beyond that, we really don't know, like, personally have any connection to the people who have been reviewing the course. And to have 5 stars, it's humbling, and we're very grateful for the people who have taken the time to give us the feedback. And we've gotten lots of questions as well. People can ask you questions through you to me, which I think is great because it helps you realize maybe you missed something when you did the course.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, we've made changes to the course because, in light of what users have said, we've added to it, because when somebody comes up and reports a problem, then we put the solution into the course as well. So the course is live because it's updated regularly and ongoing, and it takes you through every aspect of the operation of Belivetv from A to Z, from beginning to end, and it just does what it says on the tin. It will help you go live for the first time. If that wasn't enough, then we do have, for everybody, a Belive in 5 mentorship, which is free. If you've never been live, then we can help you go live with a free. Right, now this is what we're talking about. Because we've got a comment in. I'll interrupt my flow for a moment because this is what it's all about, and this is what Belive is about. It's about community. And Yehudit, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but it's a good startup course, and thank you for that. And those are the sort of comments that we've been receiving from your good self and from many people since June. And as Tina just said, we're amazed, blown away even.
And it's absolutely intended to be just that, a startup course. We don't try to muddy the waters by taking you any deeper. There are courses for that. Stephen even has some courses, and Stephen and I are working on a course together that takes things a little bit beyond that. But if you can't get the basics down, you can't do anything beyond it. So I think I just really like that we made the decision to keep it simple and the startup course. And it takes you through everything you need to know, not just to produce a show, but also what you need to be able to explain to your guest. And if you don't, if you're like, for me, I never use my phone to go on Belive because 9 times out of 10, I'm not a guest. I'm usually the host, or I'm producing. But I have to know how this works for my guest.
Yes.
So if you are someone who hosts a show and you know that you're going to be using your desktop, obviously, to host the show, you still need to go and ask someone to invite you in, do something, do it on your own. You can actually set it up here and do it yourself through this. But you need to figure it out, because when people start asking you questions, and your guests will, they'll be like, well, I'm on here and it's opening up, but then it says the link doesn't work. Well, if I hadn't played with this, then I wouldn't know. The reason for that is because their phone is defaulting to a different browser. So it's not actually opening in the Google Chrome browser. So then they have to copy and paste the link into Google Chrome in order to be able to join me. And some people don't even know how to copy and paste on their phone. So you really got to know how everything works on each device, and it gets tricky. The hardest part really is just dealing with your guests and trying to troubleshoot the issues that they have, because everyone has a different computer, a different operating system, a different phone. So it gets a little tricky. That's really the hardest part about doing live shows, is just working with your guests to figure out what issues they're having. Especially if they're not with you. I mean, if you have someone in front of you and you can see their device, that's awesome. But if they're in England and you're in Tennessee, that doesn't really work.
That's true. And at this point, a shout out for our friends April Roger and Roy Montero. They do a net friending show, and that is live. And you can go onto that show, which is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and you can talk about your problems with them. So
they have a live help desk. And they are using What are they using? Appear.in? What are they using to share the screens and things?
They're using Appear.in and then bringing that in as a camera.
Right. So we can see what they're doing. So we can see their screens as they're working, which is very beneficial. As I said, when you're trying to figure out someone's problem, if you can't actually see their device, it's really difficult to help.
Right. And Yehuda is agreeing with us. First of all, that I got pronunciation right, which is good. And yes, I like it. It's a good startup. Thank you. And I teach beginners. And if you're too complicated, beginners need simplicity first. And that's where we're coming from as well, because Belivetv is easy to use, providing you follow the steps. And if you do the steps in sequence, then it works extremely well and is very reliable now. But we don't. Okay, in terms of the course, we go from A to Z in a logical sequence to help you go live. You won't find anything that's out of order. And the one thing I will tell you now is that there are new updates coming on the 9th of October, and we will have them in the course by the 12th. So that's the way we work. We keep our things up to date. It's one contiguous course. It's not broken into chunks. You can start and stop it anytime that you want, and you can go back to it when there's an update on Belivetv and be informed of the changes.
And if you're taking the course, you'll get a notification when there's updates to the course.
That's true. That's true. That's why we love Udemy, because Udemy is so hot on keeping in touch with students. I mean, we'll tell you a story. We do a communication out to our students. We don't pester them. We don't spam anybody, but we sent one, and that's the first one we've done in 2 months. And as a result of that, they visited our Facebook Live page and left 50 likes on there. So thank you to everybody who's on the course for leaving those likes, because we zoomed up from 159 likes to well over 200. So thank you for that. Right, okay, now, one of the things that we didn't have to do, well, let's go. So, right, we've done the course. We've done the mentoring. Did we finish the mentoring or?
Yeah, we just touched on the mentoring. And so we have a Belivetv 5 Facebook page. And if you need mentoring, just come to the page, which you may be watching us on that page right now. But if you're not, then just search for Belivetv 5 and find the page and send a message to let us know that you need mentoring. And one of the mentors will get with you and schedule an appointment and go through the whole thing, hold your hand all the way through, and even be your first guest on your first live broadcast.
Which is brilliant, because that means that you don't need to fear doing your first broadcast. And we know from experience that if your first broadcast is a success, then you're going to do a second, third, and fourth. So it's very important to have free mentoring by our team, and that's at the time that you want. So you just need to go to our page to arrange that, and you'll find our page on Facebook, Belivetv 5. Search for it, and you'll find it, and you'll find the student group as well. Now, we do have a new YouTube channel, and I'm just going to post a link, because if you want to watch all the replays, you have a choice. You can either watch them on our page, or you can go to YouTube and you can actually watch them there. Okay.
And Stephen set up playlists so you can watch the shows actually. And there are 5 different shows with the different hosts and different topics. And so now they're categorized by show. So you can sit and watch. If you really love Adair and you want to sit and binge watch Adair, then her shows are listed right there in a playlist, and you can do that.
or you want to watch Bridgetti's shows, or Tina's shows, or even my shows, then you can go there. And this is a good point to actually just go through the shows. So I'm going to bring this up to the broadcast at the moment, and I'm going to go and flick through it. Okay, apologies for this. And I'm going to go full screen, and okay, our weekly shows are on Mondays. Start broadcasting for your community, and that's with myself and David Burrows, who's in Ontario in Canada. Belivetv is truly international, isn't it? I mean, we've got all the people.
Absolutely, it's really cool.
It is way cool because we've got people. We've got Belivetv in South Africa, in Cape Town. I'm in the UK. You're in Tennessee. April is in Tennessee as well, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. She is.
Yeah. And David Vaughan, we've not mentioned yet. He's in North Carolina. And
David Burrows is in Canada.
Yep.
And Adair is in Australia.
Indeed, Adair. If you're in the area of Australia, New Zealand, or Asia, then Far East, then you can catch Adair's show. It's on too early for us. It's 5:30 in the morning where I am, and it's just after midnight where Tina is. But you can catch that show. Just go back to the shows again. So that's the Monday show, and then these are in no particular order. Just a moment. This is the one you're watching at the moment. Belivetv Talk Show is on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then on Wednesdays it's Adair, as we just said, and that's on at 5:30 a.m. in the UK. And then on Thursdays, I wish I put these in order. It's Grow Your Life Tribe with myself and Tina, and we always have fun on that show. And then on Fridays, I've lost a photo. Would you believe this? This is live video. And there's the photo I was looking for. Fridays is with Belivetv. Now you'll notice. Right, okay, and some good news I've actually been waiting to hear. Tina and I are back, and we've just heard from Corinda that he's back home. Is everything okay? Just let us know. You don't need to spell it out there, but if you message me, Corinda was in hospital early today for a checkup, so it'd be good to know if you can message me privately. Right, okay, and you've got to be careful what you eat. Okay, well, the only thing I can say that if you get advice from a doctor is just to take it, because that's the way it is. I mean, they're acting in our best interests. So good to hear that you're back home, and look forward to your broadcast later this week. So, okay, now if anybody does want to join us on camera, because we'd love to chat, don't we?
Absolutely.
If you want to join us on camera, then the link is up above, or it's in the comments down below, and you can. I'm going to post a link again. That's probably what I should do, because I don't know whether Facebook is actually posting the comments correctly. So I'm going to post a link now, and you can join us as a guest on screen. As more and more people come to watch us, we say welcome to the show. And
Corinda, take care of yourself.
Yeah. And this is Belivetv with myself and Tina. If you do want to join us on camera, then you're more than welcome, because we'd love to have a chat. And one of the things we were talking about last week is, well, you won't believe what we're talking about because this is about live TV. But last week we were talking about chickens. And just to say, for those who were watching the chicken show, which was last week, that we had 3 chickens arrive. They are rescue chickens, and we rescued them, and we collected them from the farm in the box that you can see on the screen. I'm going to go full screen on that. And we now have a garden with those 3 chickens in, and we now have 5 chickens in total. So they're just settling in. We're more on the chicken show. Sorry, more on the show on Thursday. Right, and I'm just waiting to see whether I can actually see your video, Corinda. I can't see your video at the moment. Right, okay. And we're joined by Corinda. So I'll take the Belivetv off the screen. Hello.
Hi, Stephen.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like, the Alamo, Brittany, my stomach,
Right. So you've had an
yeah,
Got an echo.
yeah, you've got an echo, Corinne,
yeah,
but you've had a checkup and everything's okay, but you've got to be careful of your diet.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all should do that.
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, we try our best, but it's too tempting at times. I mean, there's a German tradition which I love, and that's at 4 o'clock every day, 4 in the afternoon, is Kaffee und Kuchen, which is coffee and cake, and it's traditional, and we observe it here at home, which is absolutely brilliant because I don't know what cake's going to arrive every day. And it's also go to somebody's house and take the cake with you, and then everybody sort of swaps cake, and great tradition. So keep away from the cake, Corinda.
And probably the coffee as well.
Well, yeah, I mean yeah. You've been given full advice on what to do.
Oh yeah, I like eat healthily, walk, and also keep going.
Yeah, he froze.
Right. Yeah. Corinda, your picture's frozen. Thanks for joining us. I hope to see you later in the week. Take care, my friend, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, bye for now.
Right.
Right. And yes, yeah, I'm glad to hear that everything is going well, and we all get wake-up calls occasionally about health.
Well, we've had, Belivetv is really a community, and so we all follow each other, obviously, not just the shows that we do, but we see each other's updates, and we've had quite a few of our Belivetv friends have various medical scares and on top of that, hurricanes and all kinds of stuff. So it we do get worried about our colleagues and our friends whenever they disappear for some time. I mean, I took some time off, and I was getting messages, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm okay. I'm just taking some time away. But we all have to do that sometimes.
We do. We have to step back. But I mean, that's the brilliant thing about live video. It is networking, isn't it? And people you connect with, every so often you get a real connection and become friends. And that's purely through live video, because you can't possibly travel the world and meet everybody that you meet on Facebook or on Twitter, but you can do it on live video.
Well, even the people that you don't get that close of connection, like Stephen and I have become friends. But Stephen has a friend. I believe Peter is your friend, Stephen, but he's not really my friend. I just know him through live streaming and I follow him. But I followed his surgery that he had and his recovery. He seems to be doing great. And so even though we're not necessarily friends, I still became invested in his health and concerned for him and his family.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We become involved in each other's lives, and we do support each other through when things are good and when things are not going totally right. Mm-hmm. And that's I think one of the things about live video is that you can get together with people, get to know people, and reach out. And if you need help from anybody, the odds are that you're going to be helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know this is the best way that I've ever found to actually meet new people and connect. And talking of that, if you are watching the program at the moment and you want to join us on camera, then please do. You're more than welcome to do so. I'm going to get a sign. I'm going to create a sign. You know how good I am at graphics. That's an in joke. I'm going to create a sign which says, and it's going to come up on the screen. It's going to say, "This is reserved for you." Yeah. And I'm going to show that empty chair on the screen with a sign, "This is reserved for you." Do you think anybody would actually join us?
I don't know. I hope that they do. We love when people come on, and we always have we always have an agenda, and this is probably the closest we've ever come to sticking to an agenda. in any of our shows, but we always welcome people to come in and join, and quite often they do. And so the agenda is kind of falls to the wayside, and we just go with the flow.
Indeed, and that's Thursday's show is a case in point, because we got talking about chickens and all sorts of things. As Brigetti joined us, and it was just a fun discussion. And hopefully, I mean, Belivetv makes all sorts of things possible, and just a thank you to them. And we can't wait for the updates, which are coming out next week, to be announced on Joel Combs' show, 3 p.m. Eastern next Monday. And you'll find out what the latest Belivetv updates are. And we're champing at the bit, really, because we know from experience that they're going to be good, and they're going to help us improve our broadcasts.
And we know what we've asked for. Like, we know what we've been asking for, and Beliv has been phenomenal at providing us with the things that we've asked for. And there's some things that's been on the table for a few months now, so we're wondering if those will be part of the updates when they roll out.
I hope so. There are things that we've got on our wish list which we won't mention now, because obviously nothing's going to happen between now and next Monday. Because if you code quickly, then you make mistakes. So we've heard whispers. Joel mentioned last night that there are going to be updates, so we're just passing that information on. And Belivetv. All right. I did say, John, we weren't going to mention wish list, but
well,
there we go. We didn't do it. I'm going to read out John's words, and 4 on the screen, please, please, please.
Need one more, please.
Yeah, that's only 3. Please, quite right, Tina. Right, and Corinda's going to share this. Corinda, thank you. You're a gent. We appreciate it. And just go back to John's point. The situation is that we do Blogging for Britain on Thursdays, and there are always 4 of us, and it just simply works. And previously we were on before we came to Facebook, we're on Fire Talk, and that takes 4 people. Oh right, John's now saying pretty please. So Safria and Daniel, if you're watching this, you've had 4 pleasers for 4 seats on Belivetv, and that was very polite, John.
And
Good.
John, I'm still waiting on an email with a newsletter from you.
He did say it, didn't he?
He did.
He did. Yeah, well, a sample of the newsletter. There you are. But I mean, that's we were talking before we came on there. We're talking about to-do lists. And
I'm at the bottom of John's to-do list.
Well, I don't think that's true.
I understand. Okay, John, I will.
Right. Okay. So there you are. Because I just a shout out to John, because he just produced an amazing email on behalf of his social media clients, and it's a pleasure to read it, which you can't say of every single email that you get. It's quality. Yeah. Okay. So to-do lists. I mean, I mentally before the evening before, the day following, I make a list of things I'm going to do. And then I wake up in the morning, got a to-do list, and I run through it. And then by the end of the day, I've not done everything by a long chalk. Now, right, okay. And John's saying the latest one is, are we both frozen? I'm back now. My apologies for that. I just disappeared.
It's okay. It's showing up Well, it was showing. I don't know what it's showing now, but it was showing the blank screen with the little triangles in it.
Right. Okay. That was good.
So
The whole screen just froze before my very eyes, and I couldn't see. Everything just froze.
we're back now.
Right. We're back. So I can take that message off the screen. John, can you just confirm that we're back? Because that would be good. We've had more than our fair share of talking to ourselves, but this is an exception. No, this is a rule today that people join in, and we're very grateful for that. I was talking about to-do lists. Oh, right. Okay. And John's still on cafe and cooking because he's talking about high quality gatto. And you're back. We are back. Indeed. And John and I broadcast Thursdays, 5 a.m. Eastern on Blubbing for Britain. John's going to put an advert in shortly. I'll bring this up on screen. And you're more than welcome to join us on Thursday. It's 10 o'clock in the UK. And John, Peter, and Stephen will be Blubbing for Britain on Thursday. And your upcoming shows, Tina. What have you got planned for the moment?
So of course, I'll be back with Stephen on Thursday for Grow Your Life Tribe at 12 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday at 7:05 Eastern with Michelle O'Neill for Take It to the Mat.
Brilliant. I enjoyed the last show and enjoyed watching it.
No, thank you. We had a great guest on last week.
Yeah.
Or Sunday, I guess I should say. Hasn't really been a week. A couple of days ago. Yeah, he was an interesting guy with an interesting story. Just want to say hi to Ross Brand. He's hanging out with us today in the audience there, and give him a shout out for he and Ross and Rachel are friends. They have a great show. They have a show that really what they do on their show is they select a couple of Belivetv shows that they want to showcase and select one of those kind of, I guess, as a winner. I think they're both winners if they're mentioned on the show, but they're just giving accolades to the people who are the kind of the best of Belivetv in their opinions. So, of course, everybody has their own opinion, but it's a fun show to watch because I'm seeing things there that I haven't seen before. The last show that I caught, I haven't seen the most recent one, I don't think. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he is a meteorologist, and he's using Belivetv and going live and talking about the weather, obviously, and other things. And he was really funny, really cool, interesting person. So I like that someone has taken on that role in trying to bring attention to the people who are producing on Belive, because there are so many great shows out there and there's nowhere to go and search for. We've said this many times, like there's no TV guide for us to go and find shows based on anything, on keywords, on topic, on people, on anything.
There isn't. I mentioned, I only mentioned a few shows ago that it would be good if Belivetv could provide a list of the shows which are going live tomorrow on pages.
Yeah. Not
necessarily personal profiles, because
when that would require people scheduling, and many of us are no longer scheduling.
Right. Okay. Well, it's time to mention that a shout out today to the magical Live Leap. Normally, when we start a show, the first thing we do for the first 5 minutes is that Tina covers for me, then I cover for Tina as we share the show out to various locations throughout Facebook. So it goes in the Believers group, it goes in LVS 17, it goes on my page, it goes on Tina's page, it goes everywhere. We've been using Live Leap today, and Live Leap, you set up a route and you say, right, okay, when I go live on my business page, what I would like you to do is post to these business pages, to my personal profile, and share it in these groups. I also want you to post it on Twitter. I want you to send an email to my mailing list, and I want to post it on LinkedIn. And finally, I want to just send a personal message to people who want to watch the show. All of that is done by Lively. You set up the route once, And having done that, when you go live on your business page, it will share it out automatically everywhere. And today it saved a lot of kerfuffle at the beginning because Tina and I were able to start talking straight away, which is
and
good.
You got to use the word kerfuffle.
Oh, that's my word of the day now. It's a beautiful word.
Not lively, it's live leap. Yeah, so Stephen, maybe we can put a link. I think you put it up on the screen. There you go, live leap.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to post a link now. Right, so we're posting the link to Live Leap, and I'm just coming up to right. And Ross Brand says yes, yeah. Live Leap, and I just posted the link, which you'll find in the chat. And if you go and take a look at it, there is a free 7-day free trial, which means that you can try it out. And I just got to say one thing: it works. That's it. It does what it says on the tin. And the other thing, they've done an update recently, which is, well, I think this is priceless. If you upload a recorded video to your page, it will share that as well. So if we put a video on our Belivetv in 5 page, it will get shared according to the route in Belivetv, LVS 17, on my page, everywhere. And it does it automatically.
Yeah, automagically.
Automatically, yeah. And it has come on leaps and bounds. I've got to be honest, I first joined back in February, and I had 1 or 2 problems. And to balance, Judith's saying, oh, great, I signed up a while ago and had some problems. I'm assuming they fixed it. I signed up in February, and then I did have problems too. And I was just in John's message. But it's going thick and fast now. And Ross Brand's saying, I haven't made use of all the features that Stephen does, but I love the sharing form to a personal profile page. Indeed, it's as simple as complicated as you want it to be, but it is very easy to set up. And once you've set it, we have a friend called Annie Mura who's on our show possibly in 2 weeks' time, and he always says, set it and forget it. And that is true of Live Leap. You can set it up the once, and then it will share your shows as many times as you need. And I've broken it. No, right.
Ross
okay.
Asked the question a few minutes ago if I prefer not to schedule my shows, and yeah, I've gotten away from scheduling shows because I'm running into too many issues. We talked before about the issue of it not. People not getting notified when you go live, even though they've selected the get notified option on the broadcast card that shows up there. And something else that I've noticed, and I think, Stephen, you've mentioned this before as well, whenever we've scheduled live, we'll have some time after we've gone live where it's just blank, or it will say this broadcast will begin soon and it's already begun.
That's right. I mean, if you do a live broadcast, scheduled broadcast, then obviously the post goes to your page, and then at the requisite time you go live. But the only people who can see it, and I think this is true, are the people who click the link and the people who created the link. So there are problems with scheduling. I love Ross's comments on that as well, on the efficiency of scheduled shows, because we found if you just go live, it works a lot better, and your audience is far in excess of any schedule. Because as Tina just said, we sat here last week, because if you watched the replay of last week's show, you know that we sat here for the first 14 minutes just happily talking to each other with nobody watching. But so we've got our own take on whether you should actually schedule shows or not, and we recommend at the moment that you just go live and just do it.
We did a scheduled show yesterday. I produced a show that was scheduled, and we got started late. Actually, we barely made the deadline before Facebook kills it after 10 minutes. But we got started, and we were going, and some point in the middle of the show, not even at the beginning. I've had it happen at the beginning before, where it'll say that the show will begin soon, even though it's already started. This actually happened several minutes into the show. It once again put the screen up there that said the show will begin soon. And it was only there for a short time, and it came back down and the show resumed. But it's just, it does some really bizarre things that I can't figure out, and it's too unreliable. I prefer using a show card to promote and then just go live.
That's it. You can't rely on it. Somebody you can rely on, who's on at 3 p.m. Eastern today, is Ross Brand. And he's saying of scheduling shows, I have a show with 4 guest segments. That one I schedule in advance. Okay. But for all the promotion I do, sometimes my shows with little promotion and no scheduling get the most views. Well, Ross, if we could work out the scheduling or the Facebook algorithm for actually getting views on shows, that would be good. I've got a second theory, which is that if you pay to promote your shows, you might get more viewers. But that's just me. That's cynicism at its best.
Yeah, you can't even promote the scheduled show, though.
No, that's true.
You can't boost it until after it's already started, or after it's over. So you can't even pay to promote or boost the show that you've scheduled. Now, if you create a show card, you can boost that. You can't boost the show that's scheduled.
A show card is that way. We've got show cards for all our shows, and we use that to promote. I mean, the basic way we're promoting at the moment is at the beginning of the day that the show is on, we actually give a link to the previous show. And that means that the video of last week's show is getting views, and it tells people we're going to be live today. There are so many ways to do it. And if somebody comes up with a successful way, all right, okay, and Ross is saying he's only boosted one show, did the after show.
Yeah.
An invitation, Ross. I mean, we're tight on time today, and I know you are because you're going live in 2 hours' time. Could we invite you on the shows next week, next Tuesday or Thursday?
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
I echo those words. We're going to 12 p.m. Eastern both days, and you're welcome to join us on either show, and it will be good.
I'd love to talk to you and find out, if you want to talk about the show that you and Rachel are doing. Tell us a little bit about how you're making the selections for the people that are being nominated. I know because I've heard you talk about it before, so I know that there's a nomination form that people can fill out, but not everyone knows that. So I'd love to have you just come on and chat about whatever, and also, of course, about the show that you're doing with Rachel and your other work.
And I made a mistake this morning because Rachel was actually our 800th follower on Twitter. So, which is absolutely brilliant. The timing was brilliant. Right, okay. And Ross is saying he's in love to, but yes, Thursday this week. We're on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week at 12 p.m. Eastern. So you're welcome to join us. I just finished this. So just a reminder that you'll find Ross and Rachel 3 p.m. today on Belivetv on the Belivetv page. And it's a good show because.
Okay, awesome. We'll look forward to seeing you then. And Rachel was our 800th on Twitter.
Rachel was our 800th follower on Twitter.
And Rachel was our guest talking about Twitter.
Yep,
on one of our first shows.
Yep. Well, I'm going to own up. I'm going to apologise to Rachel here because my immediate reaction was, "Wow, what a coincidence that Rachel should be our 800th follower." I just say thank you. So I said, "Yay, thank you, Rachel. Have a great show tonight." But I misspelt Rachel. So my apologies, Rachel. I was in such a rush. I misspelled the name. Oh, sorry. Okay. And a correction from Ross, which is perhaps as well. The show is on 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. I'll get that right from now on, Ross.
It's tough to keep up with everything. With the time zones especially, it's tough to keep up with everything. And then, of course, Rachel and Ross both have other shows that they do or we're doing. I'm not sure what. I know Rachel's got recently started a new job, so I'm not sure how that's affected her show schedule, other than I know that she does the show with Ross now, but I'm not sure what else she's doing.
Well, we're happy to promote any show by any Belivetv. So if you want to have your show promoted, and this is a two-parter from Ross. Thanks. I know a lot of shows, and we'll wait for the second part. We'll keep you tense. This is like watching an episode of Friends. And okay, I've frozen again, and I'm back. Right, okay.
Yes,
right.
There we go. I knew there was something else, but it was before she was doing Business Unusual.
Yeah.
And so I'm still trying to. It's interesting to watch the evolution, not only in the show. Some shows evolve and they stay, or their name changes, or they just go away completely. But it's not just the evolution of the show; it's the evolution of the host. Everyone's getting better, obviously, as they go, and the software and the equipment that we use is getting better. So it's really fun to watch just how everything's evolving and where people go next. I'm excited to see what Jeff does next. So he's kind of left us hanging with what's coming.
Well, we've got a promise of guests, which is good because we love to chat to people. And talking of chatting, Thursday is Blubbing for Britain, and this is John's advertisement, which is going to sell the program to everybody. So I'm going to read this word for word. Blubbing for Britain is 4 old geezers in granddad shirts discussing granddad shirts. So okay, we'll come back to that. Discussing topics from the UK and around the world. 10 a.m. British summer time and 5 a.m. Eastern, or to correct that. Okay, so that's Blubbing for Britain. A shout out for the show. That's a dig at one of our colleagues, Stephen Silk, who came out with a shirt, a granddad shirt, we call it in the UK. That's a shirt with no collar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in back in the day, before my time, collars used to be detachable.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Collars were put on with studs, and when a shirt was washed, of course, they were washed as 2 separate items and have to be put back together. Well, if you're a granddad, you didn't bother doing that, so you left the collar off. Okay. And
these are good to know.
Trivia.
I learn something every time I'm on here. I learn something from you guys.
Blubbing for Britain is a fount of knowledge. And talking of knowledge, and Ross does live stream stars Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, except for the first Thursday of the month, which is live stream deals. Oh, wait a minute. And this is John's challenging me now. That I would get my granddad shirt out of the cupboard. He's got his shirt ready, so we can all be there. 3 of us on camera, all wearing shirts without collars. Oh, that will be fun, John. I look forward to it. The best I can hope for. I don't have a shirt, but I do have a T-shirt. So
yeah, I have not. Last week I learned about rescue chickens, which I didn't know was a thing, and now I've learned about granddad shirts. So.
Yeah. And those are the chickens of which we speak. Brilliant. Well, it's been a pleasure to share the last hour in the company of everybody who's watched today. And on my call to action this week is, if you did enjoy the program, please share it, and they'll be forever grateful. Come and watch us at the same time next week. Before that, join us on Thursday at the same time for Grow Your Life Tribe, and it's over to Tina.
Yeah, well, my call to action is, if you've shared the page already, now go like us on Twitter and YouTube. We're doing shameless self-promotion today. Everyone else. We're promoting everyone else as well. And as always, we invite everyone who's viewing, either on replay or now, put your information in the comments so people can find your shows and what you're doing. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Ross. Brilliant. And thank you, John. Thank you, Corinda. And thank you, Yehudit, and everybody who's commented today. If I've missed you, we still love you. And don't forget that Tina and I have the best Facebook Live course on Udemy, and it's free. And
Yes.
you find the link here, and just go take the course. If you don't know anything about Belivetv, or if you want to learn a bit more, just go to Udemy, search for Facebook Live. That's it. You found us. So to everybody.
Yes, thank you. And you're welcome, Ross. And, you know, most of the people who are viewing us right now, we know Elaine's new, just jumped in late. Elaine, hope you'll watch the replay, and thanks for joining us. But remember, even though you don't need our course because you, like us, are already Belivers, when you have those guests that are coming on that are new to your show, send them over to the course. It's free, and it will save you a lot of headache. So teach them what they need to know to join you.
And it's goodbye from John as well. And we're looking forward to it. So that's Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Tina and I will see you then with Ross Brand.
Yes. Very exciting.
Win.
Been waiting
Take
for the
care.
show. Thank you. Bye.